Hello, my name is Darrell Langston, and this is the Week 2's assignment for CIS 512, Enterprise Architecture, class with Professor Alexander Peter. I'm here to answer the question, what is Zackman's framework? The Zackman framework is a basic conceptual structure used to solve or address complex issues for enterprise architecture, which provides a formal and highly structured way of viewing and defining an enterprise. The framework is used for organizing enterprise architectural artifacts. These artifacts may include design documents, specifications, and/or models, in such a way that takes into account, for one, who the artifact targets, for example, a business owner, a builder, and so on. And number two, what particular issue, for example, such as data or functionality, is being addressed. The framework is, in essence, a matrix and is named for its creator, John Zackman, who first developed the concept in the 1980s with IBM. The framework is often referenced as a standard approach for expressing the basic elements of enterprise architecture. The Zackman framework is represented as a two-dimensional matrix and is typically a bounded 6x6 grid. Along the top are the communication interrogatives, such as a series of questions such as what, how, where, who, when, and why. These are the column headers. The row elements represent the various stakeholders. The stakeholders are defined as a person, a group, organization, or system that affects or can be affected by an organization's actions. The rows represent the points of view or perspectives of different stakeholders or elements in the system's development process. The stakeholders or elements are, one, the scope, definition of the enterprise direction and business purpose. This is an industry view concerned with the things that define the nature and purpose of the business. And this is a necessary element to establish the context for any system development effort. The second row, or business model, or owner, this defines the business terms, the nature of the business, including its structure, functions, organization, and so forth. The third element, or system model, of the designer, this defines the business described in step 2, but in more rigorous information terms. Where row 2 describes business functions, for example, as perceived by the people performing them, row 3 describes them specifically as transformations of data. Fourth is the technology model, or the builder. This describes how technology may be used to address the information processing needs identified in the previous rows. Here, relational databases are chosen over network ones, or kinds of languages are selected, and program structures are defined. Fifth is the detailed representations. This is a view of the program listings, database specifications, network, and so forth that constitute a particular system. These are all expressed in terms of particular languages. Functioning system is the sixth and final row. It's a system, finally, a system is implemented and made part of an organization. Now the framework does not define a process for architecture. Rather, the matrix is a template that must be filled in by the processes specifically required by the organization. If these processes do not exist already, the framework helps to identify these gaps in the architecture. The framework classifications are represented by cells, that is, the intersection between the columns and rows. In other words, specific questions posed to each stakeholder. The framework is a simple and logical structure for classifying and organizing the descriptive representations or models of an enterprise. Furthermore, the Zackman framework provides a common context for understanding a complex structure. The framework enables communication among the various participants involved in developing or changing the structure. The framework is generic. in that it can be used to classify the descriptive representations of any physical model, as well as conceptual objects such as an enterprise. It is also recursive in that it can be used to analyze the architectural composition of itself. Although the framework will carry the relation from one column to another, it is still a fundamental structure representation of the enterprise and not a flow representation. Thank you.